Hey, you there. Thank you for watching, and welcome to Forge Lines Forever. Today I have a 6v6 custom match here on the most amazing Noxus map generator. So let's go ahead and introduce our teams and our players, starting off with Team 1 on the northern side of the map, and we'll end with Team 2 on the southern side of the map. We'll start off with Team 1's northwestern side, and we'll start with the frontline player on that side. It is Frederick. He is a Cybran. He is a 1400. In Amethyst Purple to his west, it is Fong playing as a Seraphim. He is a 1700. And in Pac-Man Yellow, it is Lord Fowl the 13th. He is a UEF. He is a 1400. Moving on to Team 1's eastern side, we have in Imperial Gray, it is Cup of Doggo. He is a Seraphim. He is an 1100. To his north in Regal Purple, it is the Seraphim of Mimics. He is a 2200. I was reading Fong's rating. He is the highest rated player on Team 1 and in the game overall. And last but not least for Team 1 in Emerald Green, it is Playing 33. He is a Seraphim as well as a 1300. So for Team 1 side of the map, they have one UEF. They have one Cybran, 0 Aeon, and 4 Seraphim. Lots and lots of Zooey going to be running around for Team 1. Starting off with Team 2's western side of the map on the front line, we have in Ruby Red, it is Oog, I think we'll call him Oog for short. He is a Cybran. He is a 1400. And Chevy Crimson to his southwest, it is System Failure playing as a UEF. He is a 1600. And rounding out Team 1's western side, we have in Glow in the Dark Green, it is Don Brownie. He is a Cybran. He is a 1200. Moving on to the eastern side, we have in Rust, it is Cascade playing as a UEF. He is a 1900. He is the highest rated player on Team 2. To his east in Orange Color Orange, it is iBlock Mass playing as a 1600 as a Cybran. And rounding out Team 2 in Light Oak Tan, it is the one and only Aeon of the game. It is Ozymandias Lives. Ozymandias Lives, yep, I think I said that name right. Call him Ozzy for short. He is a 1700, again, the one and only Aeon in the game and on Team 2. So for Team 2 side of the map, they have 2 UEF. They have 3 Cybran, the one and only Aeon of the game, and then 0 Seraphim. So for the map, for the game, everybody in terms of factions are present, but not on each team. And for these 12 players on the map, let's take a look at their reclaim situation. Currently sitting at, that's a lot, almost 60,000 mass in reclaim, which makes it 5,000 mass per player. That is an absolute metric ton of mass on the map, and it is pretty much dotted in this nice little plus formation here. And there's also, segments of a whole bunch of reclaim all dotted around the map. It is just not to say a reclaim paradise. We've seen other games with hundreds of thousands of reclaim, but hey, it is a lot of reclaim on the map. So players are going to be definitely scooping up and getting those numbers up very, very quickly, because number go up good, right? Number go up is good. Taking a look at where players are headed off to. Again, given the fact that every corner of the map there are 3 players, I wouldn't be surprised if Team 1's western side faces off with Team 2's western side, and then vice versa on the eastern side, because the middle of the map's kind of not great in terms of traveling in this kind of X formation. You really have to kind of go just to get, as an example, from Team 2's southwest to Team 1's northeast and vice versa there. So I think pretty much it's going to be just here and here. We might see a little bit of crossover, maybe with air, of course, because air doesn't matter about any sort of stuff on the ground. But for the most part, I feel like it's just going to be 2v3, 3v3, 2v2 on the east and west, depending on players who are in the back lines deciding if they want to join the front. We do see on the western side, though, 2 players have made their way to the middle of the map. Team 2's Don Brownie not leaving just yet. So it's going to be Team 2's Goog and then System Failure. On the western side, we have movement from Fong and from Lord Fowl. I have noticed that Fong is actually headed this way, not this way. So currently it's Team 1, we have 1, and then we'll say 2 for Frederic Cood because he's just right there on the front line. So I think we'll just say that's 2 for 2 on the western side, with Fong going east, probably for reclaim is probably what he's going for. Team 1 on the eastern front, we have, of course, Cup of Doggo. And Team 1's playing 33 on the front line. We do see a little bit of movement from Mimics, but he's probably going to stay in the back for now. He's probably going to be focusing on air. I wouldn't be surprised if there's air, and air, given the fact that there are players decently far back from front lines. T2 started here for playing 33 on the eastern front, and then we do see 3 players from Team 2, given the fact that Cascade is in his main base, but is, again, pretty close to the front line. It's pretty much presumed that's going to be 3v2 in favor for Team 2 on the eastern front. Couple of units are now raiding the northern side of the northern side of the map on Team 1 side of the map. Frederic going to get a couple of shots into these Mantis. Mantis not enough to kill him off. Needs about 20 or so tanks, or in this case, T1 light assault bots to kill Alpha Com, but we'll do some damage maybe to the comm. Looks like they're focusing on other units. T1 PD online, protecting a nice little mechs. To kill off the engineers, maybe, but the mechs should be fine. I will note there are a lot of little avenues around the map to get from north v south, especially if you go down the middle as well. There's so many of them that's going to be very difficult to really hold all of the points of entry. You gotta make a bunch of wall sections, or just be like, this is the front line, or this is the front line, kind of like that. Just be like, we'll take a little bit of loss on territory to be able to secure parts of the map. Taking a look at the mexes before I forget to do so, because I've already done that and we're already past the intro section of the video. We do see a couple of Trimex positions on the front line in the middle, and then that's honestly pretty much it. They're all a bunch of one-offs on Team 1 side of the map for in the middle of the main bases, and kind of besides the reclaim, kind of devoid of mexes down this vertical line, and then down the horizontal line there's really not a lot of mexes between Team 1 and Team 2. There's a couple of them, but not a whole lot. But it's just these kind of 4 sections of the map that really have those Trimex positions. Gun started for Team 2's eye block mass, maybe assisted by Aussie Man, maybe not. We do see T2 is online for playing 33. He might get some PD online, again try to shore up some of those defenses, but again you have a thin avenue here and here and here, and then bigger ones here and here, and then you technically have one here, and then you have one here, you have one here. It's like I'm drawing hair on somebody at this point. There's just so many avenues of attack that it's going to be lots of bleeding, lots of back and forth, lots of raiding, which we love to see. 2 T2 upgrades on the western side, 1 for Fong and 1 for Frederic, and 1 gun started for Cup of Doggo. Definitely interested what the flavor of that would be. I guess it depends on the dog. I don't know. I think of like a Cup of Joe or something, but I'm also imagining later Minecraft updates they have, you can put a fish in a bucket. That's kind of what I'm imagining. It's just a dog in a bucket. But anyway, no other upgrades for Team 2 on the western front. And yeah, no one's really hampering out the upgrades except for the tech upgrades. We do see T3 already started for Team 2's Dawn. And then maybe we'll see T3 shortly for system failure in the north. T3 air, so it hasn't been started yet, but soon I would imagine. T2 land, and no T2 land yet. Team 1 on the eastern side. T3 not yet. He's starting his 3rd PGM. Looks like he maybe just wants a little bit more power to be able to just blitz through that upgrade. And then T2 land also online for Team 1's playing 33. So only T3 air making an appearance on the western side for now. T3 air has also been started on Team 2's eastern front as well. So 2 soon-to-be T3 air headquarters is with T2 land and T2 land. Oh, look at that. Almost T3 land. So Cascade blitzing straight for T3 tech. He's going to get it before 10 minutes. So he's going to get those probably Titans, to be fair, but Percy's online sooner rather than later. And again, Team 2 is the only team that has access to Aeon Tech. Team 1 is the only team access to Seraphim Tech. So lots of chickens for Team 1. And maybe not as many GCs. But we do see Combi-Com action between Iblom Rax's Guncom and Team 1's playing 33's T2 comm. Our Black Mass has already taken a chunk of hit points damage, but we do see that he's inbound with some reinforcements, and he's trying to swarm playing 33's position. We do see an Ilshi online for playing 33. That'll help out a little bit. Overcharge goes into another unit. Maybe it actually hit the ground or something. And looks like it was it EMP from it? Was that a Medusa in that? Ah, yep, that'll do it. And Black Mass pushes forward and goes, oh no. He needs to deal with the Ilshi sooner rather than later. The Ilshi actually, for the most part, ignoring the comm, going for the units. Overcharge kills off another clump of units. He's now at 1-star vet. Still about 60 or so % hit points, but, 10% additional hit points definitely helps keep him alive a little bit longer. Gun started for Lord Fowl on the western front. Still no upgrades from anybody on Team 2 on the western side, besides, of course, the T3 Air headquarters and whatnot. That's already done. P-Gen is now started. Eastern front. T3 is almost done, and northeastern side or middle of the map, and playing 33 is still being shot by Black Mass. Again, here comes that engagement point where that extra range is really coming in handy. Ooh, almost clips that Team 1 PD emplacement. We'll go after that next, really just trying to keep the momentum going. The Team 1 will be done here shortly. T3 Air is done for Team 1 over in the northeast. T3 Air is almost done over there for Lord Fowl. Gun started for Cascade towards the eastern side. We do see Cup of Doggo with that gun upgrade starting to exert a little bit more pressure against Team 2. So while Team 2 is getting a little bit more of a, pushing in, we do see Team 1 trying to have a counter. So anything that Team 2 gains, Team 1 will try to take back and make the trades about even. We do see Frederick with T2 upgrade on board. No PD yet in his position. You see one PD was started, I guess, at some point and then ignored or forgotten about. And that means that PD will just slowly lose hit points. And gun is almost done for Cascade. And we do see Cup of Doggo going for a nice little bit of reclaim and then scooping up a T. That's a T2 max. That's unfortunate for Team 2 to lose out on. But hey, we do see that Cascade really wanted that extra little bit of income to get to T3 land. And it might end up working for him, as we see forces also inbound from Ozzy, who's, again, just an air player, or focusing on air, not just an air player, I should say. Moving in with a lot of Team 1 spam Auroras, and we see a couple other Furfurs here. Oh, there's a Furfur there. There we go. And again, Overcharge is going to be very, very nice for Cascade. We're going to be able to kill off multiple units with one Overcharge, and now shots in between Cup of Doggo and Cascade are now being thrown at one another. Stealth started for Black Mass, almost back up into the green. Playing 33 with the gun upgrade now online. Moving in to maybe stop the upgrade. It's already at 30%. Maybe he'll stay. Looks like Team 1 doesn't know where he is, but will be... Oh, no one's scouting or anything over top, spy plane over top from Team 1's Mimics to get a little bit of readout what Team 2's up to. We do see Tac Missile started for Fong, pushing in a little bit south, but again, he is Seraphim, so no Billy Nuke, but hey, he might get a lot of work done with just the regular missile. We do see that Cup of Doggo starting to really deal with Team 2's forces here. Lots of T1 units really just eaten alive. We do see a Titan or two mixed in there. And Cup of Doggo is going to focus on the Titan, killing that off with some veterans lead now up to almost 3. Cascade at his first. We do see Titan inbound to assist. And Cascade starting to be surrounded. Looks like he's going to start to be booped a little bit to slow down his movement and stay within range of Cup of Doggo's comm. We do see shots still in between Black Mass and Playing 33. Playing 33 was able to cancel the stealth upgrade, but Playing 33 is dropping almost into the red. Needs to be careful how long he stays here, because he has an Ilshi distracting these forces, but not for long. And Cascade dropping into the low reds. He's going to be the first one dead for Team 2 and a game overall. And oh, there it is. Team 1 scores the first kill of the game, and it is Cup of Doggo who receives the first blood award. And it is now a 5v6 in Team 1's favor. And looks like some comment about Don Brownie about Cascade being being the first dead or something. 5 million Team 1 spam, says Cascade. I mean, if it works, don't break it. Playing 33 dropping into the red. He needs to be careful. Black Mass could decide to control K if he really wants to. Probably won't, but he could. He does have some rhinos inbound, so he might not need to. Playing 33 needs to back up. He's going to walk right into his death here in a moment. He really wants to kill on eye block mass, I guess. If he kills off eye block mass, he will drop the game to at least a minimum. Ooh, veterancy comes in at the last moment to save. Eye block mass is calm. And he's dropped below 2,500, but playing 3-3 is ripped apart by those rhinos. So Team 1 loses a player, and Team 2 loses a player at 14 minutes, making it now a tied 5v5. And both of the players in the game were eliminated on the Eastern Front, which means Mimics will gain control of that. Again, he's at 2,200 with a second base. He's now almost at 300 mass income. I will note that Ozzy is at over 300. Team 2 decently well on the eco game. Is that a tac missile? That is a tac missile. Is that a stationary one? That is a stationary one. Look at that from eye block mass getting that online. Team 1 bombers inbound, probably to deny the nice little TML here. No, maybe not. It looks like he's funding that missile with the reclaim on the front line. Is it going for the radar installation? No, it's going to go for the T2 mech. I was going to say, that's not really worth a Team 1 radar installation. Oh, please hit the comm. Please hit the comm. Please hit the comm. Please hit the comm. Oh. Sad. I always like it when the tac missiles hit the comm. Just because it's fun. Because sometimes snipes happen when you do that. But Western Front, a little bit more even in terms of map control, as well as there's not as much pushing in one way or the other. It's about dead even. They're just in that kind of hilly environment. Nothing really too crazy. Team 2 again is showing a little bit more momentum in the land grabbing department. That's partly because, again, Mimics is going to be doing land and air, but with that increased eco, he will be able to pump out a lot more air facilities. Same thing for Team 2's Aussie. And he has T3 land already online, which means he's able to pump out Percy's pretty quickly. Stealth started for Frederick in the west, and looks like a little bit more punching back from Team 2 Chevy Crimson player of system failure. He's setting his Titans this way, ignoring the comm, and looks like he's going to go after something more weaker. Yep, he's going to go for the Western Edge mixes. There's 1, 2, 3 of them. And he might be able to hook maneuver around and go into this base, or actually he might even just go past it and go straight for the air player of Lord Fowls. That'd be interesting to see if those Titans continue to make their progress that way. We do see on the front line more Titans making their appearance, and Cup of Doggo still here. Again, with a player dead for each team on the front lines, it's a little dangerous to be here. And I'm looking at both of them because Team 1 or Team 2 definitely looking to kill off at least one more player. Again, the APM, even though it's at 16 minutes, is starting to wear a little bit, given the fact that, again, one player is dead for each team, and the air player for the eastern side for both teams is having to do, air stuff here, and then go up here and do land stuff, and then go over here and do air stuff, and then do this and that, and then go over here and then move forces, and then do this, that, and the other thing. And it soaks up APM very quickly. And those Titans have killed off so far almost their first mechs. There are some Othams inbound to intercept. Lightning Tank does help out against land units. Are they even going to get the T2 mechs? Oh, I'd rather just keep the... No, they don't even get it. It's a little unfortunate. Lovely attempt, but is not able to make it connect. Stealth is done. Eye block mass now going for a nano. And now we see a little bit of that APM starting to wear down a little bit for Team 1's Mimics. Just partly because, again, he's doing air and land things. We do see a lot of Ilshis online, though, from Mimics, who's able to pump out a decent amount of those high rapid-fire, nonsensical fire rate units that look like they're walking backwards. Still good design in terms of model, but every time I look at it, I'm like, you're walking backwards. Why are you walking backwards? It's weird. I think it's cool, but it's also weird. Western side, again, a little bit more, maybe more pushing in the middle, but no action down the middle. And I don't really expect it, even across this way. Maybe later in the game when there's more of a running over for one team or the other, but at 17 minutes, 18 minutes, it's not really going to be, let's just send a GC, just just down the middle. That's it. I just don't think that's going to work. Might as well send it this way. Cut down the travel time a little bit and inflict a little bit more damage on set things. We do see a transport drops off a brick. Mex is down. Hydrocarbon is down. He has T3 power. It's not really a big deal at this stage in the game. And Omni is online, though, for Team 2's Aussie. I will note that this is a full 20 by 20 map. So that is the range of the Omni. And then, of course, it's kind of hard to see the Chevy Crimson ring, but that is the actual Omni range. So Team 2 needs an Omni on the western side. Same goes for Team 1. They can't rely on just one unless they get one in the middle right here, which the likelihood of that happening is very low considering Team 2 is pretty much occupying 60+% of it. Probably an Omni will be built back here. Yep, I'm going to build an Omni back there. That's, again, definitely a good one to have back there, just to have a secured northwestern corner in case any sort of stealthy nonsense or actual cloaking nonsense happens for Team 2. We do see Fong hitting out tac missile gun and T2 on board, already at 11k mass kill, which means he's on 5-star vet. No veterancy for either of the red players on Team 2. Western side. Eastern side now. I-block match. Again, he's still pushing. He's still doing a pretty good job of trying to keep the momentum continuing. There's a lot of PD being built. There's, again, more Ilshis, a couple of Optims now making their appearance. Those gains are going to be definitely slowed down. There's ASFs. Ooh, that's a lot of ASFs at night. Ooh, what is that, 40? Oh, 41. Look at that. Pretty darn close. And the gunships come to say hi to ooh, the PD are in range. He does have nano, but again, he's going to drop into the... He walked right into PD range, and yeah, probably wasn't a good idea. That PD is now gone. There's still 2 more mixed in, and there's 2 more over there. Optim comes to say hi. Optim's like, oh, I'll help you remove those hit points. Why not? I do see a T2 PD further back. And I-block mass. If he doesn't move soon, he will die here. I don't see anything else concerning for Team 2's Western commanders, or for Team 1's for that matter. I-block mass dropping below 2,500. He's going to get body blocked by his own units. Oh, there he goes. Team 2 loses I-block mass. He pushed in a little bit too far forward, and Team 1 said no. And now it is a 4v5 in favor for Team 1 once again at 20 minutes. Now it is Ozzy Mandiaz controls the entire eastern side for Team 2. Benefit for him, he now has 700 mass income. Downside, he's now microing the eastern and western fronts of the eastern front, plus the air. So lots of lost APM are going to start happening for Team 2. And you remember that thing that I said probably isn't going to happen in this game? It's literally happening right now. Team 2's Ozzy Man sending his forces in that direction, not that direction. That's a very weird triangle. Arrow. There we go. And he's just, you've already sent them this way. You might as well keep them going. Now they're going to go this way. They are going to hit the Imperial Grey forces of Cup of Dago. They could do 2 things. They can either go right and go into Cup of Dago's base, which might be a good idea, or they continue this way and go around and go after Frederick Cood's base, or Frederick Cood? Whatever. I think it's Frederick Cood because there's 2 Ks in there. Which could drop his... Oh, I didn't know you could traverse that. Oh, that's not going to be fun. Yeah, he's they're going... That's interesting. He's going that way. He might... I feel like going for the air game is probably too long of a walk time. We do see some Titans luring away some forces from Imperial Grey Dago. He might just go left. He's right there. You might as well go for it. Don't know why he's continuing to push. Team 1 is doing a little bit of a good job of pushing into Team 2's territory, though. But with this, it might slow it down a bit. I don't know where they're going. Looks like some of them are breaking off to go this way, and some of them are going this way. I just don't get the... Maybe they're avoiding the PD that's being built, but it's... Well, I guess they're not Percy's. They're Titans, so a little bit weaker. But looks like, yeah, forces are just breaking off in different directions. We have Titans up here. We have the comm of Mimics on a transport. Does he have a gun on board at least? He does have a gun, it looks like. Looks like he's moving to intercept that last set of Titans, which I guess he's going to deal with his T2 gunships. And looks like Mimics is actually going to continue westward, going to go after this group of Titans. T3 gunships online to really rip apart those hit points. But Team 3 Mix is down. Team 1 is losing Eco. Team 2 still winning the Eco game at 22 minutes on the clock. And they're going to start winding that lead at least a little bit with another dead Mix. Where is Mimics' comm? Where did he go? Okay, now he's going home. Yeah, I have no idea what he's doing. Maybe he thought intercepting them would be good, but he's like, well, there's gunships here. I think he's dealt with them. Need to keep moving those Titans. The Omni's right there. That'd be a great grab there. There's another T2 Mix. And again, part of the strategy is going to be a little bit lessened because, again, Ozzy's like, oh, I got to do stuff over here. I got to do stuff over here. Oh, my units are down. Okay, I got to move over there. I got to move over there. Like, all of that little back and forth constant, it's going to eat away at all of that. And more broadswords are being made by Team 1. Again, that's not ASFs, but that does allow them to at least harass Team 2 side of the map. Speaking of harassing, tons of bombers inbound from Don Browning to go after all of these Othams. There are these Zeus, so they don't fire flames, unfortunately, from the UEF side of things, known as the Scorchers. There are some Percys inbound from system failure, so that should help a little bit. We do see his comets falling back. No veterancy for him. Still pumping out those Percys. Air grid expanding here for Don Brownie, and of course for Eastern player of Aussie, Team 1's Mimics expanding as we speak as well, and still expanding and now decentralizing. Love to see it. Still the blocky formations, though. I wish to see a little bit more of that X formation where there's not as much of, pigeons dotted all around. You essentially create a square instead of a X and cascades and whatnot, but that's neither here nor there. Everybody has their different way of making their air grid. Lots of AA. Aussies really concerned about gunship harass. So nice counter before it happens. Not while it's inbound, not while it's overhead, but even before it could happen. He's like, nope, you're not coming here. There's an Omni here. There's an SMD here. He's like, there's too much valuable stuff. And he's going for shield. So he might go for heavy shield to really keep that comm alive. We do see the ASFs thinning out any sort of nonsense from Team 1. And now we see another movement inbound. Vipers with their annoying splitting missile nonsense and some bricks headed as some insurance. We do see Nano started for Frederick to a little bit the northeast of that location. And the Titans are now upgraded to Percys, and they're just trucking along the map. Not really anything there at this point, but hey, if there was something there, it's dead again. So there's that. And now Mimic's just establishing a wall of defenses. Hasn't gone that far. He's gone about that far. We do see a little bit lax over here. Looks like it's all Team 1 AA. There's one Team 1 PD in there. There's a lot of Team 1 AA, though. Jeez. Yep, there's that shield heavy upgrade. Started at 25 minutes on the clock. Team 1 had 5 players left, only losing playing 33. Second, Team 2 lost Cascade first, and then I Block Mass third in terms of deaths in order of total players. And again, at Eco, we have 1.9 to 1.5, so in favor for Team 2. It's partly being driven, of course, by Aussie's triple base, but we also see Don Brownie almost at 500. Team 1, we have Mimics at double base at 700, and then Lord Fowl is below that at 330. So not super great for Team 1 eco-wise, but Frederick could get surrounded by Team 2's forces and gets killed off. So as I'm talking about who's left alive, number 4 to be killed is Frederick. So it looks like the odds are Team 2 and the evens are Team 1's in terms of number of killed. So we'll see if Team 2 ends up being the loser because they're on the odd side of things. So it means Team 1 should, at least in that pattern, have one survivor remaining. But anyway, let me know down in the comments who you think is going to currently win this game at 25 minutes. And hopefully you've been enjoying so far and all my distractions and whatnot. Hopefully you are patient with me of that. I appreciate the patience, of course. If you are, and if you're not, well, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get better, but I do get distracted sometimes. Shiny things. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. I really, really do appreciate it. And let's go check on the Othams from Team 1's Fong moving into the Percys. Again, this is a losing battle for Team 1. Going up against not even a charge of Percys versus not even an order of Othams is definitely not helping. And I don't think we'll see any sort of Harbingers for Team 2 just because he's the air player being Aussies. Highly doubt we'll see Harbingers, but we'll see. But of course, we always see brick walls because everybody likes playing Cybern, right? Right? At least somebody likes to. There are games where Cyberns aren't there, but I think they're a lot rarer than I'd say Aeon. But Fatboy is online. Fatboy is all day, every day. Again, Team 2 has one UEF player, that being Lord Fowl. Everybody else on Team 1 is either Seraphim or a Cybern. So it's a little bit more Fatboy potential for Team 2. And if he pressures this eastern side, which is, again, it's not being ignored, but it's not as micro as, let's say, Team 1's western front, which I guess, to be fair, Team 1 has lost to play on the western front now, so it looks like Fong has taken control of the front line. And Billy Nuke inbound wipes out a decent chunk of Cybran forces from Team 2. And there is that Bowie Nuke Lord file now at 5553. He was 2 mass away from greatness at 5555. I do find it funny that the wall sections don't transfer over because they're not units or structures, and so they're just, I guess they are structures, but they're not things that can produce anything or shoot at anything or whatnot. That I find it funny that any wall sections built by anybody, they just stay there at, even if they last till the end of the game, they're still, as an example, Fredericks. I just find that kind of a funny little detail. But anyway, the Percy's having a little bit of a hard time of shooting down the hill because, again, their shots don't curve. I guess they curve a smidgen, but they don't curve that much. These shields keeping those Othams alive a little while longer. But this is not a great engagement for Team 2 because, again, the hill really obfuscating a lot of the damage. Team 1 doesn't really have that issue because they're shooting up. You can see their shots are doing very, very well for themselves. So that just is a disadvantage of location for Team 2. But it looks like the Percys are heading down the hill. So it looks like it's kind of evening the odds out a little bit. But it's about a charge or so of Percys left. Not as many Othams. And there are a ton of engineers assisting one Otham on the front line. That little group of units will be dealt with here shortly from Team 1. T3 engineering speed started for Don, and Gog started his T2 upgrade. Another Fat Boy online for Team 2. I would love to see GC at least. We do see decentralization of air grid. There is a Cybran facility. T3 land is online. We do see some shields protecting those Percys and bricks. Love the sharing of tech there. It also helps when, it's one player microing all of that, so he can just do that. Okay. Is everybody okay with that? I love that comment from Donnie. He's like, what was that, Donnie? Brownie. He's saying, I'm going to start a Scathis. Is everybody okay with that? So he's thinking about how to wait it in the game. And if other players on Team 2 aren't okay with that, like don't go for Scathis, go for Maver, go for Paragon or something. He's up. He's not just doing it because he wants to do it. He's trying to include his teammates. So I do like that little comment there. Looks like no one has objections to it. Maybe, possibly, maybe. So maybe we'll see a Scathis online here shortly. Team 1, nothing in the back line. Nuke, though, started for Lord Fowl. So big Nuke starting to make their appearance. And, Awasa now online. Mimics is at 200 ASFs at 30 minutes. And Team 2's Dawn is at not even 100. And then on the Eastern Front, we see Aussie at 137. So there are still a favor for Team 1 for ASFs by about, say, 50 or so. So maybe air dominance. We'll see how things shake out with the Awasa Bomber. Is there a lot of AA here? The shields are down. You got to get those shields back online because it is going to hurt here shortly. And there goes that Awasa Bomber going to drop its first payload. There is a Cougar or two mixed in there and some bouncers as well. That's a lot of dead units for Team 2. That's got to hurt. There is a chicken underneath some shield coverage, and those Fat Boys are thinking about pushing in a little bit. More AA, and of course, is he doing it? Yes, he's doing it. Build the parashields. Build the AA on board those fatties because you can while they move. One of the best updates I think they ever did in the game is your Fat Boy can now move and produce units at the same time. You do see the ASFs coming in to clean out a little bit of the air from Team 2. Here they come. Team 2's Aussie going to engage Mimics. Mimics is going to drop another payload on top of that Fat Boy. The Fat Boy shielding will be enough to deter at least another bomb from Team 1's Mimics. And you can see the shield is just barely still online. Because I think the bomb does a total of about 15. No, it's not 15. It's about 12 to 10. Something like that. Looks like, ooh, the ASFs did not go well for Team 2. But for Team 1, he was almost at 200. Now he's dropped to 84. So, honestly, I think Aussie made out pretty well. He's dropped to 36. So, he lost 100, and Team 1 lost about 150. So, 2 to 3. Team 1's Mimics is still in the lead, at least in terms of the Eastern and Western isolation. Not, overall ASFs, but with a fourth Fat Boy online and now a Monkey Lord. I mean, we're getting the critical mass of Fat Boys here for Team 2 at 30 minutes. That's not good for Team 1. And at this point, unless, Team 2 cleans out this side, Team 1 cleans out this side, and it becomes a Northwest versus Southeast game, if one side cleans out an entire corner, decently faster than the other, it's not really going to be a good. And a fifth fat boy. 5, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fat boys online for Team 2. That is ugly amounts of firepower. You need a nuke or something to clean that out real quick. Monkey Lord v Monkey Lord fight. Team 2 wins that fight. There are some bricks and Othams here. Monkey Lord is at 1-star vet. He might get the 2 with the assistance of that brick wall to stand right in front of him. We do see a chicken moving in to cut off the retreat of Team 2's Oogles. Monkey, we do see some T2 Renegades, not as strong, of course, as the Whalers, but Team 1 Bomber is going to add their just payloads to the mix. The T3 mobile shielding trying to help out a little bit, which it did a decent job of blocking some of that damage, but not a whole lot. Some. Another Monkey Lord online. Team 2's Eastern players just pumping out land stuff and air stuff. Getting shields online early. Love to see that as well. Of course, everybody who knows me knows shields. And, of course, more shields. Nuke is online for Lord Fowl at 32 minutes. The Awasa Bomber is still online. Did drop into the yellow. Airfight on the western side. Ooh, Lord Fowl gets a great engagement, and Team 2's ASFs are slaughtered. Look at that. That is just... That's not great. Team 1's Lord Fowl gets a great engagement. So Team 1 has air dominance, at least on the western front. Oof, that's got to hurt. That's a lot of dead ASFs. I don't know what the number was before the encounter, but... Ooh, that was brutal. Ouch. Those fat boys have now kind of coalesced together. There's a lot of parashields. The decent amount of AA. The main army is actually over here, so he's divided up most of the T3 assault bots over here. There are still some Titans and stuff here, but the Percys and Bricks, a lot of them are over here, and the Fat Boys are staying all on their own, which, I mean, it does kind of force the Awasa to either go for the Fat Boys or for the land units, and not kind of both. I guess they all are land units, but the mainline units. We do see 2 Monkey Lords. Looks like they're moving along the eastern edge. Second Awasa is online. We'll see what he ends up doing, but there's only 1 chicken on the front line. Second chicken is going to be done here shortly, but there's 5 Fat Boys. Another Billy Nuke lands kind of outside of range. It looks like it, don't know if it killed the Monkey Lord or it shot at the wreck or both, but some of the mass for that wreck is gone. And Scathis, just like Don said, has been started. Looks like it's paused for now. Oh, no, it's still... what? That number's going up, right? I'm not crazy. There's nothing... I don't see any of the little drone thingies above it. That's weird. Do those things not have a thing anymore? Where they don't see the little drones over there? Oh, that's weird. Anyway. 2 Awasa bombers inbound for the Fat Boys. Again, there's a lot of AA, and the ASFs are inbound for both bombers. First one and second one are down. Fat Boy is not down. There's some Team 1 bombers added to the mix, but both bombers are knocked out. Team 2 loses all of their ASFs, but I think they're going to say it was well worth it. 2 Awasa bomber wrecks are on their side of the map, and they will be claimed. We do see some Titans pushing into just distract Cup of Dagos forces while the Fat Boys continue to push down the middle of the east, and then on the eastern edge we have 2 Monkey Lords just kind of coasting on the eastern edge. Shield stacking on the west. Shield stacking says all? What? Fat Boy has the highest HP. Shield stacking is what he's talking about. Yeah, when you stack the shields on top of one another so they're nice and well protected. But look at that nonsense. Team 2 has 5 Fat Boys online, and they are pumping out damage. Nothing is going to get to them, at least without taking significant damage. Look at that thing. It's just annihilated. Is there another Fat Boy? Oh, please tell me there's... Oh, there's not one Fat Boy. Sad. But those Monkey Lords, hey, they're coming in. And while the forces were distracted with the Fat Boys, 2 Monkey Lords said, hi. And now Mimics is like, I got to deal with these now. But look at the Titans. Now they're coming in. We have a couple of Dagos forces now moving in. GG, I guess, says Mimics. 34 minutes on the clock. I wouldn't say it's GG yet, but it's not looking good for Team 1's Eastern Front. Scathis is now almost in the green. Ooh, yeah, it's not looking good. Does Team 2 have an SMD? Yes, they do. Is it in range? Yes, it is, and it's in range. I don't think there's any not overlapping. Looks like the flow-throughs that were built a while ago going up to the Monkey Lords. Yep, he's going to just pull this Monkey Lord forward or backward. 135,000 mass is eye block mass. He's probably talking about this right here. He's like, send the engineers that way, scoop up all that mass. Looks like they're going to build some facilities to build even more engineers, but Team 1 just does not have the land forces on the ground to deal with this. They have gunships, but it's not going to matter. Monkey Lord's going to help clear the road, which again probably doesn't really need to do that because the Fat Boys, but it wants to help out. And Nuke is inbound, and yeah, that is a smart call. Go for the Fat Boys, and at this point, you send them in. It does not matter. Send them in, because if you pull them back, all the booping and the they're not moving. The Nuke is inbound. You got to move that thing sooner rather than later. ACU here says playing 33. He's underneath SMD protection and AA. They're not moving. Okay, they're moving again. That Nuke, here it comes, about halfway there. I feel like this back Fat Boy might get clipped. It looked like he was producing fervors on the back, and I was going to just throw everything out the window because like you can produce other types of faction units on the back of a Fat Boy. What? But no, I was hovering over a fervor. But here comes the Nuke. That might find him. Ooh, Bakabo! Oh, that's a lot of dead units though. It didn't get the bro. That Billy says that is not. How much mass did that kill? It killed off 86,000 mass. That was a lot of mass killed, and that was all units. There was no experimentals. Dang! That's a lot of dead units. That's a lot of dead bricks and fatties. Shield hits the Billy Nuke. Billy Nuke hits the shield, and that does do a lot of damage to the forces surrounding the Fat Boys, which might help the chicken get closer. Might being the key word in that sentence. And the chicken just trying to bob and weave, bob and weave. Fat Boys might actually die to this. A lot of the AA was killed in that explosion. Nothas are inbound. That one Nuke might have saved Team 1's eastern front. One Fat Boy is now down. So now it's only 4 Fat Boys remaining. Does Team 2 build a replacement? No, they do not. At least not right now. And the Fat Boys are now retreating. Mimics has staved off disaster. Second Fat Boy is going to die. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. It's well within range. Another Billy Nuke is inbound, but the bricks are coming in. Maybe to save it, maybe not. Maybe to save it, maybe not. They save the 4th Fat Boy, or the 2nd Fat Boy. And here comes that 2nd chicken death. 3rd chicken death is going to happen. Bricks are just going to stand in the way as it just eats round after round after round. Look at, I mean, there are still shots missing, but a lot of that artillery just really driving the point home. But that's so much dead stuff, and all the mass is gone from that nuke. So all those 86,000 mass killed, not there anymore. Doesn't exist. Donut says playing 33 is Team 2. Yep, Team 2 has a donut in the background. What is this doing back there? Just a random little Otham. Killed off a mech there. Looks like he only killed off... Oh, it killed off a couple, actually. 1, 2, 3 mechs is dead. Another donut about to be built. But Team 2 has a counterattack on their hands happening. The Otham... Oh, they fall back for a second. There's a lot more of them. That's a 20 orders of French fries, please, and add chicken nuggets and chicken fries and sandwiches and just one of everything from the whole store. One of everything times like 8. And this front line is dead. That SMD is dead. That Omni is dead. The Nuke might be inbound to the comms position. He has an SMD there. Do you have it? Yes, you do. Love that he has an SMD in his own base. Gotta love it. But this front line UEF base, he will lose his UEF tech, I would imagine, with this this 4 orders of Othams and more inbound. Donut is inbound. Team 2's eastern front. They did lose a Fat Boy. They did lose another one, so that second one is down. The war of attrition is happening on that eastern front for Team 1, but the Scathis is inbound. Shield is already online, though. Looks like they maybe have saw it coming. Maybe, possibly, maybe. One Mimics is just... Yep, he's aware of it. He doesn't really know where it is, though, but he does know the Scathis does exist. To some degree, chicken not going to lose as many hit points as fast, but the shielding is focusing on Mimic's position. I feel like they maybe could go for Lord Frow's Nuke, but, you know. I was going to say, why is it sometimes it not load in some of the simulated rounds? Another Billy Nuke inbound, but oh, the Fat Boys went too far north, and the Fat Boy is down. That's number 3 dead. 2 more remaining. And Team 2 at 2.7k mass versus 2.3 for Team 1. And that UEF base is pretty much no more. Looks like the Donut had to flee from all the AA in the area. There are ASFs inbound from both Mimics and Lord Frowell moving in to intercept that Donut. Second Donut is online, though. Oh, they're going to go straight for it, maybe? There is a decent amount of AA there. You got to watch out for those lines of AA. Oh, I don't know. Oh, no. Don't land. Don't. Does Donut's going to... Yeah, I was going to say, don't land the Donuts on top of your air grid. That's going to be a bad idea. And the ASFs, that's a nice sacrifice. Kills off an experimental for a group of ASFs. Oh, there's another group of ASFs going to intercept that. Get that not over. Move it from over the base. What are you doing? It's going. That momentum will carry it over, but a Team 3 mech might die because of it. Oh, it's going to die. There it is. Second Donut is down, out of range of the everything. But the mass, again, does stay on Team 2's side of the map. But, of course, on Team 2's side of the map is a line of Othams. And now Aussie pretty much just does not have anything to deal with this. He sent all of his forces north. The last remaining Fat Boy is about to be dealt with. Team 2 does have that Scathus online, but we have multiple experimentals infesting the western front. We have that Scathus now at 91,000 mass. GG says Aussie, but the air grid is down. Team 3 air quarters is alive, but the majority of it is down. And Aussie is going to be surrounded. He's going to go out with a bang. All of his stuff is going to go up in flames. There goes the shield. And he's now at a 2-star vet, and he's going to die here. And there he goes. Kills off a couple more Othams with his death. But that is it. Team 2 loses their eastern side. They do have, again, the base for Aussie, but the players on the eastern front are down. Team 1's now at 4v3. Another nuke is inbound. And I'm assuming it's going for something. You would assume that the nuke goes for something, right? So much reclaim on the map. We started with 60,000. We're probably at 250, maybe 300. Oh, no. No. 500,000 mass and plus. That's so much mass. And the nuke is inbound. Oh, that's... I don't know if that's worth the nuke. The Otham's going to deal with that. Why isn't the Donut engaging? Oh, that's not good. Ooh. This army will win the game, says Aussie. And honestly, I would have to maybe agree with him with this. The SMD is going to die, and there's not a secondary SMD. If Team 1 had timed it right, they could have maybe killed off the SMD, had the nuke come in and wipe out the air grid. Oh, it's going at... Well, that's an interesting thing. The SMD is dead. You could have just killed off the air grid, but, you know, boom, wipes out 2, 4, 6, 8 pigeons. Well, I guess that's 200... Sorry, not 200, but 20,000 power. And we have more PD, more PD, more PD, more PD, more Spectre gunships, just everything in the kitchen sink. Throw at this. How's the Scathus doing in terms of mass killed? We're at 155,000. We have a satellite online for Team 1. And that satellite is not shielded. Gotta shield that thing. Spend all that mass and energy and time on it. So you gotta shield that thing. At least put 1 or 2 shielding at a bare minimum. Pigeons are going down, which means PD are going down. There's more PD being built. The T3 area quarters is still fine. We're all fine here. How are you? And not doing good. Pigeon's going to go up in smoke here in a second. Another pigeon dead. T3 air headquarters is now gone. The entire air grid for Team 2's eastern front is gone. And look at the hole that Team 2 now has to deal with. Team 1's Mimics has a lot of dead mexes, but he's out scouring the map for reclaim. 42 minutes on the clock, and this game has role reversal, I'd say, at least once. Team 2 was doing pretty well this way, and then Team 1 said, nope. That Scathus is still online, but, oof. It's only really... What are you... Oh, what? Do you have a nuke or something? Why are you targeting that SMD? Pigeon Mass Fab Farms. Team 2 is again down to 3 players, and it's the 3 Western players. Donut and everything else is inbound. Looks like maybe an evacuation order. Remake air headquarters says Aussie. Looks like GCs are now started for Team 2's system phase. Just, I gotta get stuff on the land. He has multiple Zars to scoop up. Team 1 is actually going to get their Awasa Bombers back, Rex. That's nice. Thought Team 2 would get that, but nope. Bombers are inbound. Fat Boy needs to fall back. 250,000 reclaim on this side. That's just so much mass. That's so much mass. Oh, didn't mean to click that twice. Apologies. Donut is inbound. Looks like the ASF's handed over to Dawn, and then the Donut still retains control for system failure. The Crabs are, of course, inbound for the remaining air grid, and probably target the one that's weaker first, then target the other one, maybe, possibly, maybe. Oh, there's is that the only SMD? Oh, that's not good. That's not good for Team 1. That's not good. There goes the SMD. Yep, there it is. Plane 33 makes the comment about it. Is the nuke alive? Yes, it is. There it is. Oh, it's only going to be moments. They got my SMD. Team 1 might have just won the game with that SMD kill. There is another one here. The first Crab is dead. Don's over here. He's taking some damage. He's backing up. Team 2 cannot afford to lose a player at this point. They need all that APM they can muster. Do not tell me a Scathis is raining shots nearby. What? No, don't do that. You're going to hit somebody else's units trying to defend you. Fat Boy, somehow that Fat Boy is not dead yet. I don't know how that chicken has not killed it yet. That chicken is not dead. He's trying to dodge all the bombs. Nope, not dead. 1,000 hit points. Scoot, calm, kill. What? Scout, calm, kill, calm, scats. It says system failure. Need to get that SMD back online. That Scathis is vulnerable. The SMD only goes so far west. Sorry, so far east. Oh, it is that is a clear. They don't even know where the nuke is. Team 2 has no idea where the nuke is. What are they? Value target chicken? I don't know about that. I mean, they're... I don't know. I think Team 2 might actually lose this game with that Scathis. That air grid is the next target of that nuke. Team 1 better be launching that thing immediately. No, they're not. Lord Fowl, what are you doing? You've got to launch that nuke. Give something to Googie so we can micro better, says Don. Googie. Oh, Googie's still in the game. That's right. Where is he? Oh, he's over here to the east. Chickens are... the Fat Boy is dead. Another Fat Boy's alive.
Strategic launch detected.
Oh, that's going to... That's not in range. That's not in range. GG now, says Don. I mean... Maybe, if you know where the nuke is going. You assume the nuke is going. It's going to clip a couple of these pigeons. Scathis is going to move. Yeah, that's definitely a smart move. Send it west at least a little bit. But then, actually, the Scathis might be fine, to be honest with you. Satellite's still over the top of System Failure's base. That SMD is the last hope of Team 2. Now... Yeah, that's... I think Team 1 had just the whole Uno reverse card happening. I will note that there are GCs running around that eastern front. There goes the nuke. Don, no, he's not in range. Kaboom! Doesn't even hit the... Oh, it does do some damage to the pigeons. Not those pigeons, but not those power generators. Gosh dang it. Those shield generators. Yeah. Oh, that donut's just sitting there. Fat Boy, Fat Boy, Fat Boy. Satellite on Fat Boy says, ooh. A satellite on Scathis, I'd say. It's not. Why? Okay. What are you doing? Are you redeploying? I don't even know what this game is now at this point. I have no idea what's going on. 140,000 mass killed. Team 2 is holding the line, but there's a lot of lines to hold over there. Team 1 is just pressure, and if they keep the pressure on, it might be enough. 46 minutes. I will note that this game is almost an hour, so we still have another 10 minutes to go. And before I started this game, I was wondering if I've casted it before, and I'm like, maybe it looks similar to another game. And then, you know, now at this point, I'm like, there's no way I've casted this game before. There's no way. With all of the everything that just happened, I would have remembered this for sure. That's what? Why is it in that shielding? That's not a great. Put it over there where the hives are. And the shots are still not inbound for that nuke. Team 2 still does not have any scouting going on. We do see one air scout. Look at that value target. They don't know about this up here. Look at all this up here that could easily be taken out. The stat satellite should not be alive right now. It just shouldn't. What is this game? 47 minutes on the clock. Oh, the donut. The donut doesn't have... Oh, the shield pops online for a brief moment. Oh, don't... Oh, that's a little mean to what happened to that fat boy. The fat boy is killed off by the Tsar. Doesn't get killed off by the laser, but it does get killed off by the Tsar. The shots are inbound. Now for Fong's base. That's killing off a lot of infrastructure. A couple of hives are going down. Shielding kind of down. SMD. If Team 2 had a nuke, I mean, the nuke would be good. Okay, good. You rebuilt the SMD, and you're just assist loading the spam out of it. Good. Not spam loading the assist out of it. You're spam loading the assist out of it. Yep. Yep, I think I even said that wrong the second time, but who cares? I'm getting more shielding online. Team 1's Mimics has recovered quite nicely. Hasn't really focused much on his air grid. Just went full shield. And, oh, there it is. I was wondering when it would make its appearance with 4 Seraphim on Team 1, you would think. But Team 1, look at this. They're fleeing that eastern front. Team 2s have a lot more breathing room down here. Oh, if you build a Paragon down there, so help me. I'm just going to lose it. Absolutely lose it. Is that, you know, that would just be the Uno reverse of the Uno reverse. Looks like the Scathis shots are inbound. Where are they? Oh, they're for Fong's base, this western one? A lot of shots are going to just hit the nothingness that is that. I mean, you might as well go after this. I mean, I know that Team 2 doesn't know of this existence, but this nuke, 140,000 mass, and it killed a lot of that momentum with that one nuke. 86,000 mass, just units, not mass fabs, not PGens, not air grid, not game enders, it was just straight T1 to T3 units. And the shielding is starting to buckle, to be fair, and the chicken has slowed down its construction due to the lack of engineers. Fong just take a hit from the Scathis. Not a fun hit, though. Seconds, Novax is online. Looks like it's targeting all of the mass fab farms for Team 2's system failure. Definitely needs to shield those things. Oh, that's not good. That's going to just cascade all over the place. That's not a fun sight. I think system failure maybe is just moving over here. D3 Air Headquarters is back online, getting Air Scouts online. Yes, do that. Do that thing. Yes. We have 2 donuts and 4 or 5 GCs inbound. Team 1 has 2 chickens, so not enough to fight back. And that's a little section of mass fab. Actually, it didn't finish off this. Killed off the shielding, but didn't actually kill that off. Team 2, oh, their mass dropped to 1.6. Team 2, 2.5. And YOLO now in the yellow, almost at 50%. Done with that thing. Go ACU hunting, says Ozzy. Might as well at this point. Team 1 at 4 players left. Team 2 at 3. We do see that Goog is coming back in the game. Keeps wanting to say Google. He has some hives to help assist with the engineering efforts, but he's essentially just knocked out for the time being. And do not... I was going to say, if you're going for those units right there, so like it's not... It's only... Artillery usually is only really worth it against stationary units. Now, Scathis against a large army, that's a different thing because of how widespread the shots are. You're going to do damage to all those units. But in terms of stationary targets, it's better. It just is. See, and he, you know, I know he wants to keep doing damage one way or the other. Like, oh, let me do damage here and do damage here. All that does is, oh, he didn't actually destroy my entire base. Let me rebuild. And, oh, he didn't destroy my entire base. Let me rebuild. And it looks like maybe I was going to say, is your power down? It's not. But, how is his power doing, I should say? Oh, he's fine. Oh, he's more than fine. Look at that. 20, almost 30,000 plus power. A couple of mexes lose some mass fabs, or mass storages. But I don't know if Team 2 has spotted the... No, they haven't. They have no idea about it. I like how there's just a Team 1 bomber down. Oh, and it gets shot down. Mimics is like, we don't not want Team 2 to know what we're up to. And is that just... Yep. Take a look at this. Just Team 1 Zooey spam, just being eaten alive by GCs. Just little bits of veterancy. Just smidgens of veterancy. But you know, hey, if it works. Ooh, Team 2 has spotted Cup of Doggo, not the dog. What the dog doing? I feel like somebody would be commenting about how I'm going to make that joke. But, oh no, the Tsar is going to kill off dog with the... Oh... Explosion with the landing of the Tsar. Oh, do not tell me. I mean, it'll help kill off a little bit of the mass from the wreck. Target the bases. Target the bases. A lot more value out of it. Satellites targeting fat boys, I guess. And they were dealing with the megawatts, to be fair.
Strategic launch
Another nuke inbound. Oh, don't be mean. Oh, he's just trying to live. He's just trying to have fun. Don't be mean. Well, Team 2 is going to lose a player. That's just mean. But it looks like for the most part, it's staying odd, even. Well, yeah, it's staying odd, even, yeah. Because Team 1 lost Cascade, and then it was playing 33, and then it was I Blocked Mass, and then it was Frederick, and then it was Ozzy, and then it was Cup, and then now it's going to be... Goog. And then that means Team 1 is going to lose a player. I would I mean, not making any assumptions, but he's underneath a lot of shield coverage, so maybe Lord Fowl. But they've swapped bases. Oh, here comes that nuke. Oh, Goog, no! Come on! Oh, he was just living. He was just hanging out. Oh, doing a whole lot. That's a little unfortunate. Restore spam inbound. Not as good as the air-to-ground weaponry, as I always say. Targets. Yes, you're targeting the P-gens. He's going to blow up the SMD. It does. SMD is down once again. There is a backup one there. But that is a dead crab. 52 minutes on the clock, and that YOLO's going to finish. That YOLO is going to finish, and it's going to end the game. Look at the mini-map, though. Look at Team 1. They have their entire northern half under their control. And then they have... some presence on Team 2's side. I don't think the Scathus was the call. I mean, it killed off an air grid. That's about it. That's all it's done. Are you going, yep, okay, now you're going for the 4 satellites that are up here now. Looks like they have all taken damage at this point. Oh my goodness, it just drives me nuts. Like, they didn't have satellite. 2 of them aren't even being used. Lord Frau, what are you doing? There's 2 satellites not even being used. What's wrong with... What's up with that? Send those satellites to the front line. Ooh, those 2 fat boys are going to die. Or, sorry, that fat boy is going to die. Restore is dealing with the ASFs while just focusing on the... fat boy. I feel like a nuke could maybe clean out a couple of these sets of mixes. That would be a nice nuke. You could probably nuke this right there. That's a second nuke. But you're not nuking the main bases of Team 2, which is, I guess... a valid point. Shielding around the Novaxes are going down. There's 4 Novaxes here, but Team 2 has no idea. It's in the green. Yeah, they have no idea. There's a GC still over here hanging out. 200, just... oh, those all 4 died. Look at that. They all died to chickens. Oh, a couple of pigeons are going down. Or actually, a couple of the air... oh, it's 1 pigeon. A couple of air facilities. 5th Novax... I think it might be fine now. I'm assuming Team 2 knows about it. Oh, yeah, they do. Look at that. Which, again, they're focused on this and not on this. And there's honestly, there's enough shielding because there's, well, I say that. 2, 4, 6, 7 plus 8. So, and then these are going to kind of help a little bit. So, 9, 10-ish. But that YOLO's going to finish. Team 1's going to win the game. Kill SMD with Sats and Nukes is playing 33. I mean, at this point, Team 2 does not have the infrastructure to deal with the YOLO, and Mimics, who was the one that said GG, is going to be the one that I think that will usher in the victory for Team 1. But again, the land for Fong has been so just pressure, and he's not letting up. But I do think that Land Army from Cup of Dago just stomped the Eastern Front. Because if it wasn't for that and the attack just ended, Ozzy would still be pumping out, tons of ASFs or gunships, or maybe he went for his own game ender or something. But I think that one army, I think that was play of the game. I think. No, and the nuke, the nuke, the first nuke, and that were probably the two plays of the game. Because that 86,000 mass kill with just straight units is just lots of dead stuff. 400, is that? No, it's not at 2 stars. I was going to say it should be at 2-star by now, but it's 440,000. There's the YOLO. Second game ender makes its appearance. And of course, as we know, it's going to load really quickly, and it's going to fire immediately. And where is it going? Oh, please tell me you just, yep, you're going, yep, yep. Now look, he's already primed that nuke. He's already primed, what, 4 of them? It's only going to take 1. And that's going to be the end of the game. Team 1's going to win it. We know what's going to happen, but let's watch it anyways.
Strategic launch detected.
And still the Novaxes are not dead. This one's out of shield coverage, so that might actually get hit. Oh, a couple more pigeons go down, but I think Lord Fowl... Oh, he's fine. He's not as good as Mimics in terms of power, but he's fine. And there's the YOLO sailing overhead. Oh, the SMD is down, but the nuke is also not down. Also not down. Is down. Almost down. It's not out of shield coverage. There we go. It's out of shield coverage. Here comes the YOLO. Number 1 SMD fires. It's going to be the only one that fires. And for now, finally, Team 1's thinking that Scathis is finally dead. There it goes. Kaboom! SACUs go down. GG's in the chat from System and Don. And control case should be happening momentarily. YOLO says, Donnie, another YOLO inbound. It's not going to matter. Already did enough damage to cement Team 1's victory. And the shielding is down for system failure. He's going to die to the Novax. He's going to teleport out of there. And, oh, the shield comes back online. There he goes. He control K'd before they killed him, it looks like. Oh, it's not even... Did he... No. Is that one of those ghost control K? It's one of those ghost control Ks. Okay, well, that's the thing. Yep. But, we know how he died. He wasn't going to die to Novaxes. That was a control K. And Donnie, there he goes. He control Ks right as I hover over him. Almost like I caused his control K. But Team 1 wins the game. 57 minutes on the clock. And oh my... Oh, he has 2,000 like. Team 1's dog saved the Eastern Front and demolished 1 base, 2 base, and a 3rd base, or a huge chunk of that 3rd base. Just an absolute... Why are there just 5 chickens sitting here? Whatever. But, man, that army of Othams, that absolute just, ordering the entire store of, French fries and calling it a day, that really saved Team 1. I mean, because Mimics was... he was defending and dealt with that side attack quite nicely, and he was done with it by the time the army of Othams came in. But again, you take the Othams out of it, and Ozzy would still be alive, theoretically, and he would have all 3 bases online, all that stuff. But losing 1 eco, 2 eco, and a huge portion of a 3rd one really kind of crippled Team 2. And then it was just Mimics was in his own little corner of the map and just do, not having to worry about anything. Do. Scathis was like, it's annoying. YOLO, win, GG. So finishing move was the YOLO, but the vital move was the army from Dago, and then again the nuke wiping out a ton of firepower for that attack northward. So I'll give the MVP to Dago with an honorable mention of Lord Fowl the 13th. So again, thank you so much for watching. I really, really, really do appreciate it. Hopefully you have enjoyed. If you did, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Let YouTube know that YouTube should promote this channel and these videos because they are fun and good to watch. At least hopefully they're fun and good to watch. And I will see all of you in the next one.